Hi, my name is Daphne, and it is a beautiful day out here. I am actually sweating though because it is kind of hot. Hot and humid, but we are in June, and it is time for this weather and not the 60 to 70 degree weather, which we all have been enjoying, but it's kind of rare for June, even in Ohio, zone 6B. But sitting out here, just enjoying the monstrosity of this garden. I mean, everything has just like exploded with this heat and humidity. And I actually haven't been out here in about a week. And this is kind of what happens to a garden if left to its own devices in a week. We have tons and tons and tons of borage. The tomatoes have shot up. All of the herbs. We have so much basil in this garden space. I mean, the collard greens have taken off. They're full of cabbage worms, and we're going to deal with that. I actually brought some diatomaceous earth. And some BT, but I can't put the diatomaceous earth on it now just because there's so many honeybees out here. So I'm going to wait until very early morning tomorrow and just do a heavy dosing of diatomaceous earth on everything that does not have a flower. So that bed, the raised bed that has the salad greens, doesn't have flowers in it, so we're just going to dose that. But in any case, come with me and we're going to go look at the late June garden and all of its beautifulness, and the peas, and we have pole beans, and we have strawberries, and we have raspberries, and we have a surprise. So stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, look, this little bed, that is a bunch of, I don't know why there's a paper clip here. That's just a squash that I randomly just stuck in here. Look, we already have a squash coming in. She's beautiful. Yellow custard squash. Look at that. So much food. It's so beautiful. We also have some more custard squash growing there as well. And another one there as well. So in about a week or so we have summer squash. I think I only grew 4 plants, which is probably 2 plants too many for summer squash. And they're all probably custard squash, and my patty pan ones worked out. So we shall see. Hopefully we like custard squash, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of it. Take a moment to appreciate these leaves here. Alright, so I look in here sometimes and get sad just because I know that the cabbage moths are like destroying my collard greens. They are actually at the stage where I should be harvesting them, and there's not going to be anything left to harvest if I don't hurry up. And we did have some rain for the first few days, so BT and diatomaceous earth doesn't really work if you have a lot of rain in the forecast. But look at this. These were the mustards I planted earlier, and they survived. That must be a Japanese red mustard there. But look at now, they actually made it. I mean, they're trying to hold their own, but they can't fight against the cabbage bugs. I'm gonna have to sprinkle some diatomaceous earth on them just to kill the worms that are already on there, and then once that happens, I'll spray it down with some BT. I might have to do that a couple of times though, because we have some rain on the forecast. But it makes me happy and it makes me sad, because I'm like, no, you're eating dinner. It's not acceptable. And these little plants have to make it to November, so hopefully they do. Because take a moment to just appreciate all this beautiful yarrow. Brings in so many pollinators. I do need to harvest it though. I haven't dried any this year. It's really good for teas and stuff, for digestive aids. Even to put in the first aid kit, but I'm thinking a tincture might be better for that. Then we have so much borage. The honeybees are going crazy for the borage. So I'm just kind of letting it grow where it sprouts, but I do need to kind of like tame it because it's sprouting everywhere. And the tomatoes, I think this is a Cherokee Purple, have gotten huge. I'm actually just going to take the stakes out now and literally just push it towards the gate because they're ready for that. But they have gotten huge. We don't have any tomatoes yet, but we definitely do have some flowers. I think according to my video record from last year, we are about, actually I spoke too soon, we do have a tomato coming in. You guys see that? Yeah, I think according to my video forecast from the last 2 years, we are about 2 weeks behind, 2 to 3 weeks behind. But that couldn't be helped, the weather was just too cold. But I think now that it's warming up, we definitely are catching back up, which is impressive. Our Thai basil here doing amazing. It just needs to come out here and top it. I think that's some more Thai basil there. And then we have our winter squash, which is trying to go behind the trellis, which, you know, is fine with me. I think I was going to angle it to just be here, but this area does tend to dry out, whereas if it goes back there to have more room. And there was a couple of squash I actually picked from back there last year. But we have some flowers. Look at this. The reason why I don't mind the bee balm, not the bee balm, but the borage, is because of the beautiful flowers, which are edible too. And look at these nasturtiums. First off, these leaves are huge. I think this might be a climbing nasturtium. And I don't think the seed pack actually said that. I didn't save, this wasn't from Save Seed this year. But like, I mean, the flowers are beautiful, but they're climbing literally up the trellis. Nasturtiums, I mean, are so cute. We're definitely gonna save some seeds from this one because it is aggressive. I don't know these things, but it's gonna get this huge. Look, it's trying to climb out. It's gonna have it, I'm gonna push it back towards the squash. Maybe it can hide it from the squash bugs. Look at this. This one has gone all the way there. It has a fruit on it. And then it also has the female flower too. Good girl. Yeah, it's really aggressive. I think this might be a honey baby squash. Look at this one's actually rooted here. Yep, they're rooted all the way over. Just one little plant. These tomatoes are doing really great as well. I'm thinking next year I might need to kind of push this gate forward instead of having it so far back. But it'll give the squash more room to spiral. But the tomatoes have to move so far over to touch the fence line, and that wasn't the initial plan with them. But look at that. We're catching up. Most of the borage is on this side. It's crazy because this bed was the one that least produced. I'm not gonna pick it up. This was the bed that least produced in the past. I think what helped is that I literally dug up all of the soil. There was some healthy roots underneath this one. And so I dug up all the soil when I was correcting the leaning on this side, and like, I think it helped. Whatever it did, it helped, because this bed is full of life now. The tomatoes are super healthy. On this side, I don't see a height difference really. And at first I thought it might just be because the trees on this side shade out this bed, but as of right now, I'm not actually seeing a difference with the tomatoes. I mean, you'll be able to actually see it when I clean this area out, but I'm not actually seeing a size difference. So it literally might have just been that the bed needed to be tilled. And I really don't like doing that, but this bed actually needed it, especially with the trees in the area, so I might have to do that every couple of years. Look at this. We have another squash here, all the way behind there, where the rain barrel is. And some beautiful, beautiful borage. Yeah, even back here. We have our 2 tomatoes. I think both of these might be Abe Lincolns. And then we have, in this area that is typically shade, this plant. Look at this. I'm gonna have to dig that out. Yeah, this pepper is doing pretty amazing too. It's actually the same size as the ones on the porch, so it must love this area. This area is usually full shade, and the only thing that will actually grow back here is a pepper. But the tomato right next to it is doing amazing. So, yep, this bed just might have needed to be tilled out. And then I gotta clean these things out too. But then we have the irrigation system, which is going to that line there, and then it kind of curves out and comes all the way down here. It stops at the catnip. It stops at the catnip, which is there. The stinging nettle actually doesn't need additional watering because it's buried, and it looks fine as it is. It doesn't look like it needs anything. But here in our pepper bed, like I said, these typically tend to be behind the ones on the porch, probably because they're getting a lot of sun, and I actually see some, no, actually it looks pretty fine. Now, these are a little skimpy. I think this might be a Thai pepper here. Not a Thai, yeah, might be a Thai pepper. I think this one might be an Anaheim, just because of the size and the leaves. Let's see if I'm right about that. Yep, Anaheim pepper here. And a cayenne cayenne pepper here. I think that might be wrong. I think these might be Thai peppers, just from the size of them. The skimpiest little plants. This is Anaheim too. I'm gonna need to stake these plants up. And then this little squash is starting to spiral out and go this way, which is great because it's following the sun. Oh, look at this. Now see, I would think this is a cayenne pepper here. This is, it says this is a Thai pepper plant. I think I'm about to mix these up. And an Anaheim here. How beautiful. They're really enjoying the sun. Then can we take a moment to appreciate our echinacea, which is finally deciding to come up. So beautiful. And here, all of these nasturtiums. I literally think this might be like one plant. Yeah, it's one plant. That's crazy. And then this one. This will always be my favorite type of zinnia, this peppermint zinnia. I mean, how beautiful is that? It's absolutely gorgeous, this space. The catnip is actually beyond the point where I should be cutting this. It's actually flowering, which isn't a bad thing. I've seen so many bees over here today. There's one little honeybee. Let's see if I can film it without disturbing her too much. So cute. Now my cat's gonna love this. I'm gonna cut it down for him. And look at this area. I think the birds have been messing with my zinnias, but we have violet zinnias and some type of violet red hybrid. And I think these might be from Save Seeds, so you get what you get, but they're gonna be beautiful. Then we have some struggling okra, because I didn't do what I needed to do and come out here and actually stake them up and kind of move some things from around them, and so they got starved out for sunlight. I had to literally move that nasturtium all the way back. So we have a tiny little okra here, which may or may not make it. That's why I overplant it. We do have another one here. Look at these marigolds. I mean, the smell, as soon as you walk over here, all you smell is marigold. They're strong. And the nasturtium's climbing out of the bed. I need them to actually go down. Help the squash. Help them to survive. Then I think we have another okra here. I'm actually pushing them to the side. As much as I want the squash, I want the okra more. So that we'll be able to save some of the okra. At least if I have 3 to 4 plants that survive, that'll be doable. It's one little one here, and then still not sure about these two. I might actually transplant one though, but for now I'll keep the cage on it so the nasturtiums don't take over too much. And I'll just come out here and rip some leaves off every now and again. And then the irrigation system kind of trellises all the way over here. Oh, look at this. How beautiful is that? Alright, so the irrigation system, not nasturtiums. I mean, not zinnias. So it kind of curves here, goes around the bee balm, and then connects here, and then goes all the way around this way past the colorful tomato bed, flower bed, the peppers, and stops at the golden seal. And then look at this pepper bed. I mean, the basil needs to be pinched, but it's doing amazing. Take a moment to appreciate these zinnias. I mean, these nasturtiums. How beautiful. This literally might be one plant, 1 or 2 plants. And the peas are actually starting to petal out now. We had so many harvests of peas. I've been stir frying peas, like just steaming the peas. I had some peas in soup. I do need to pick these before they become like actual seed peas like this. I don't want these, so I do need to come out here and harvest a bunch of them, probably tomorrow morning. I'll just take the rest of them because these plants aren't going to last for too much longer. It's getting too hot. I mean, they are attempting to put on flowers, but typically the peas peter out around the time when it gets this hot. So, and the wasps tend to love this area. There must be a lot of pests over here. That or the wood. It might be the wood. And then these Kellogg's Breakfast tomatoes are huge. They all have flowers on them at this point. Oh, thank you, the breeze. We don't have any tomatoes yet, but they do have flowers. I think the paper wasp is upset I'm in its area, but it'll be okay. Look how beautiful this area is. It's like my favorite area of the garden bed, of the garden space, especially when the flowers and stuff come up. I'm just kind of upset that I kind of neglected the okra bed because I really do want okra this year. And I know that the okra needed to be bigger than the squash before I planted them. And I think I actually might have lost 2 just because the nasturtiums and the squash took over. So hopefully I caught it in time and the okra can catch up. And then this bed might not look like much. Bee balm has a tendency to get dusty. It does tend to have these fungal issues on the leaves, but look at the flowers. I haven't come out here to pick them yet just because there's so many bees and butterflies in this area. Look how beautiful that is. And the scent from these, that might actually be another flower. The scent from these are just heavenly. And then these I started from seed. I got the seeds from Strictly Medicinal Seeds. Look how beautiful that red bee balm is. I mean, in the morning it is just so vibrant. You don't typically find this one out in nature, at least not in Ohio you don't. And I didn't know if they were going to survive, but there's an entire patch of red bee balm mixed in with the native bee balm. I actually think this might be another patch of, that might be a patch of the native. But we'll see. It's just, it is so beautiful. I wonder if there's a taste variance. I do want to come out here and pick half the flowers. I know the reason why I'm hesitant is because bee balm only actually flowers once, to my knowledge. So if I pick them, I won't get any more flowers. But there's so many flowers in this area that I think I can pick some and leave some for the bees. But how beautiful is that? We also been picking strawberries all week. Like, look at this. Oh, I waited too long and look at this. So many strawberries. So many strawberries. Some are past the point where they need to be harvested, and if I don't get them, the slugs will help me out. And the pill bugs, as I have seen pill bugs eat strawberries too. So definitely need to come out here. Oh, this is a big one. Did anything get it yet? Look at that. Here, let's just lay this one on a leaf. I will pick it myself, but I'm gonna have my son come out and pick that one. She is huge. There's not a strawberry right there. It's huge. I have my son come out and pick it before the snails get to it. Oh, here's another one that's fully ripe. Oh, look at that one. That is, there's an asparagus right here. In the world? So many strawberries in this little garden bed. They're so beautiful. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This garden space has just gotten so beautiful, and I am learning to appreciate like the garden as it is, to appreciate the stuff you do as it is. In my mind, because I'm a perfectionist, right? In my mind, I see how I want the garden space to look. I want it to be weed free, and I want everything to be perfect, and the tomatoes at a certain time need to have fruit on it, even though I can't control that, right? and the collard greens need to not have wormholes in it, and like it needs to, like, there needs to be an organized chaos, and like I don't want so many wasps and bees in the garden space, and like I don't know, I seek perfection in my head, and if the image doesn't necessarily look like what, like if the reality doesn't look like what's in my head, then like it stresses me out a little bit, and then I overdo, and then like I get tired, and then I feel like I always have to overdo, which makes me tired initially, and like I just stop doing everything. So like there's a term for that. It's I forget. It's like the person that takes on a bunch of responsibility and then burns out quickly. And the problem is that if you learn to just take the reality as it is, and like just appreciate the beauty as it is, and just like when you do something, take a step back and just say, I did a good job. Admire the things you do one at a time, right? Not like weeding the entire garden space and then you're done, and then you're too tired to enjoy it, and then when you wake up the next day, inevitably you're going to see more weeds, and it just seems like a never-ending process, and then you get tired and you just stop doing it. Whereas if you weed a little bit and then take a look at the spot you weeded and say, that did a beautiful job, that is amazing, now I can see my tomatoes, they look amazing, you know, like you have a cleaned out space, and then you go and do something else, I think that like you'll appreciate it more. You know, it is beautiful just to like sit in your favorite garden space and just look at one thing and just tunnel vision your mind and just see the beauty in that one thing and say, I did that, and this is beautiful, this is amazing. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and you have a great and wonderful day, and happy 4th of July if I don't see you guys before that point. Peace.